Hello IP1! Welcome to ICT Online. I hope you are all staying healthy, I hope you are happy, and I hope you are ready to learn. Today's topic is loops. This is ICT Online lesson number 1. Let's move on. We have some new vocabulary today. The first word is repeat. That means to do something again, okay? Anytime you do something more than one time, that means you repeat doing it, right? So, for instance, if you are going to go running, you're going to move your left leg forward, and then your right leg forward, and then your left leg forward, and your right leg forward. You are repeating doing the same thing many times, right? Repeat to do something again. The next word is loop. A loop is a piece of code that repeats more than one time. Okay, and we're going to see what that is in just a second. Our new code is the repeat loop. That's this piece of code right here, this pink guy. It says repeat at the top, and then it gives you a number. This one says 5, which means that it will repeat 5 times. You can change the number with this arrow. If you click the arrow, when you are on code.org, you will see numbers, and you can choose however many times you want something to repeat. Okay? I'll read you the definition of the repeat loop. It is a repeat loop will run the code inside the loop as many times as you tell it to. Okay? So you can put code right in this area, and then the repeat loop will do that as many times as you want. This one will repeat something 5 times. Let's see a couple examples. This code moves south 4 times. What would that look like with a loop? Okay, so you guys can see there's 4 blocks. Each one moves south. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the same blocks that move south, right? So you can make 4 blocks, or you can use a loop. Think about what you think that is going to look like. You can pause the video if you want and think about it, or you can just let me show you. It will look like this. It's almost the same, but instead of 4 blocks, we put 1 inside of a loop, and then tell the loop to repeat 4 times. So this means do this code 4 times. Okay? So each of these codes will do exactly the same thing. But this one uses 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one uses 2. 1, 2, right? You have the repeat block and the south block. Let's look at another example. Can you see anything in this code that repeats? Okay, take a little bit of time, think about that. Pause the video if you need to. Again, can you see anything in this code that repeats? Okay. This code moves east and picks corn 3 times, right? The first one looks like this. East, and then pick corn. The second one looks exactly the same. East and pick corn. And then there's a third one that's exactly the same. East and pick corn, right? You have 1, 2, 3 different sections of 2 pieces of code, but the 2 pieces are the same in each section, right? What would that look like with a loop? Again, think about that for a second. How would that look different if we make it with a loop? Okay, I'll show you. That one looks like this. So you have a repeat loop that says do something 3 times, and then inside it says east and pick corn. So if you have something like this, 2 pieces of code, it could be 3 pieces of code, or 4 or 5, or as many as you want. But if they happen the same way, one after another, then you can put them in a loop, and it will do the same thing 3 times. So what this loop will do is it will say go east, pick corn, that's 1 time. And then it will go to the top, and then it will say, go east, pick corn, that's 2 times. And then it will go around again and say, go east, pick corn, that's 3 times. And then it will stop. Okay, so it does exactly the same thing as this one, only with a lot less blocks. Okay? That's it. Let's see the activity on code.org. Your task this week, complete levels 3 through 13 of lesson 7, which is loops with harvester, on code.org. Remember, the class code is XYGYCF. Finish by Friday, 22nd of January, 2021. Okay, let's go to code.org. So first thing, remember we need to get on the internet and we need to go to code.org. So I'm going to type that up here. And then we need to sign in. So let's go to the sign in button at the top. And remember we want to go to this box right here and type in our code. Can you remember the code from the PowerPoint? It was XYGYCF. So type that in, press go, and that will go to our class. Find your name. Mine is teacher. Find your picture. I'm the pirate. Then click sign in. Okay, and now we want to go to lesson 7, loops with harvester, and I want you guys to start on 3. Okay, number 3 is a video, and you should all watch the video. Okay, so if I click on 3, you guys will see this video. You should play the video, then click continue. Okay, today I'm going to give you guys a demonstration of level 7. Okay, but I want you guys to do all the levels from 3 all the way through 13. Okay, but I, as your teacher, I'm going to skip to 7 just to show you one code with loops. So this one, we've got a lot of corn to pick in kind of an L shape. So how are we going to do that with loops? Or we could also ask, how are we going to do that without loops, right? So here's our harvester. First thing that she needs to do, what is that? First thing she wants to do is go to the corn. So we're going to go south to the corn, right? And then if I run it, she goes south, but we're not done yet, right? So let's reset. She goes south to the corn, and then she needs to pick it. Okay? And then she needs to do that again. So she's going to go south, and then pick it again. Okay? So let's run it, see what that looks like. She goes south, pick, south, pick. Okay, so she got 2 pieces of corn that way. But that's not enough, right? So you guys can see each of these pieces is exactly the same. And that will get her 1 piece of corn. So what you need to do is count how many times does she need to do the same thing, and then put that in a loop. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Let's count. She needs to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 pieces of corn after she goes south. So she goes south, she picks the corn, and she needs to do that 6 times. So we have our repeat loop. We put our code inside the loop. We put it next to the when run block. And if we press run, let's see what happens. Okay, that was good. She got all the way down the line. She got 6 pieces of corn. But then after that, she needs to do this next portion of the puzzle. Right? So we do this one first. What does she need to do after she finishes this line? The very next thing. She needs to go east, right? She wants to go this way. So we're going to go east. Then after she goes east, she's going to pick some corn. And then after she picks the corn, what does she need to do? She needs to go east again and pick more corn, and then go east again and pick more corn, and then keep doing that until she gets the last piece of corn. So how many times does she need to do that? Let's just count. She needs to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So again, we take our loop, we put our code inside of it, we put it after the first loop, and then let's try to run that. Okay, we did it. Great. And that is what you need to do for these puzzles. Okay, I hope everybody understands what you need to do. That's all for today. Goodbye and good luck, IP1, and I will see you guys next week.